Hello. Hey, welcome to State of Radiate. Man, we are excited that you guys are here with us tonight, whether you're online or you're in person with us. We are looking forward to the chance tonight just to get to dream with you guys, to get to cast some vision, tell you about some things that we are looking forward to that are coming up in the next several months, all the way through the month of July, all the way through summer. We're looking tonight. Tonight's purpose of Stay Ready is literally to kind of tell you who we are, to tell you everything about what we do here in Radiate, to tell you about what's going on, the life of us, but at the same time, to give you just a little glimpse of what it looks like in the life of Radiate as well during this season, and even just in this church as a general, okay? But one of the things that we want to make sure that you understand, one of the things that we have been doing over the past several months is just kind of dreaming. And looking and praying and going, God, where is it that you want to take us? What is it that you want to do in the life of this student ministry here? And over that time, as we were dreaming and kind of looking and thinking, we felt like God was leading us in a direction to focus on this year, this whole understanding that I am. Now, if you don't have a State of Radiate guide with you, I'm going to ask you real quick because you're going to want this to walk with us. Scan that QR code right there. There should be a link on the Facebook Live, guys, as well. There's a link for you to click that'll take you to that guide. We're going to walk through that guide tonight. But one of the things that we focused on was this understanding of I am. If we look in the book of Exodus, we see God actually tells Moses who to be called by. Now, we know that in Scripture that names are important. That names are something that show importance all the way from the beginning when Adam named Eve to the point where it was the name of Jesus. It was told to name him Jesus. And right here in Exodus chapter 3, Moses is looking as he's standing and waiting for God to respond because he's about to go in and to try to help deliver God's people. He looks at him and he says this. He says, God, who am I to say who sent me to you? Now they may say to me, what is his name? What shall I say to them? And God said to Moses, I am who I am. And he says, thus you shall say to the son of Israel, I am has sent me to you. Now, as we read that and as we looked at that, we understood that the name I am is interchanged with Yahweh throughout this entire passage as well. But it's the understanding that God says, I am is with me. And so we decided this year that with all the things that have happened in the past and stepping into 2021, that we wanted to make sure that we wrapped our entire just season going forward around the fact that God, the I am, is with us. And so you're going to see throughout tonight, as we step into certain things, as we step into other things, that every event that we do has a name to it. But not only does it have a name, but it has a purpose given to it. And it always is started out with I am. Because we understand this year, we want you to fill in the blank. That I am is before me, but I am because of God, because of what he has done. Now, the vision of our student ministry has always been and will always be that we want to mobilize students. We want to mobilize students to know, to live, and to share the gospel truth of who God is. And so all the things that we are preparing, all the things that we're sharing with you tonight will lead students, will lead you as a student, and even the church as entire just to this understanding that we want to carry the gospel truth. We want people to know who Christ is. We want them to know the I am. We want them to live for the I am. And we want them to share God for who he is, the truth of who he is. And so we want you to understand that is the vision of our student ministry. Our culture, though, is that we understand that every student that steps in these doors matters to us. Every student, we believe, that has a name, has a story that steps in here, and they mean something to us. And so they matter, that everyone is welcome as a part of our culture. Everyone is a part of this, meaning I am included here. God is before me and allowing me to be included, but our culture is wrapped around the fact that I am included. I am important because we are designed for community. We are designed to gather together and to walk in faith together. And so we wanted to start out tonight by casting that understanding and that vision to you to help you understand that we're not just gathering tonight just to hang out and to introduce some new events or some things that are going on. We wanted to help you understand that the reason we're gathering tonight is because we are a community of students, a community that gathers to walk in faith after God. That we are included because God has gone before us. And so we want you to know that about us. We also want you to kind of know who we are, kind of who our people are here, who our team is. Now, we've been around, some of us have been around for a little while. I'm Chip. I'm the student pastor here. I get the chance to just kind of run in the lane of casting vision. I get the chance to kind of speak into several different ministry things that are going on, but I can't do this alone. I learned a long time ago that we have to have a team with us. And so I'm going to invite the student ministry team to come up on the stage with us. And they're going to have a chance just to tell you a little bit about who they are. Because I want you to know exactly. Now, some of you may be like, I know exactly who they are. I've been around for a while. But there may be some people online. There may be some people that are new here that go, I don't have a clue who these people are. So we wanted to make sure you saw their face and that you saw who they were so that you can truly understand who we are as a leadership, as a team of student ministry. So I'm going to start all the way on the far side over here. Oh, Maria gets to be the first one. With Maria. Here you go. Just say who you are, what you do. Okay.
Hi, I'm Maria. I am the old fogey on the team, and I handle all the communications. So if you get an email from Radiate students, it comes from me. Or if you see something on our Facebook page or our Instagram, that's from me. So if you have questions about how to stay connected, you feel like you don't know how stuff comes in, that's me. Give me a call or send me a message.
What Maria also didn't tell you is the guide that you're currently looking at, she did all by herself. So give her a round of applause because she absolutely crushed it. So my name's Eli. I'm the high school pastor here. I've enjoyed that for the last year and a half, almost 2 years now. So I get to oversee high school ministry, all aspects of that, as well as talk with Chip, kind of help out with some Radiate student vision this year going forward. So if you're a high school student we haven't met, I'd love to meet you. Come talk with me after.
Hello, my name is Katie Merriweather, and I am all things girls ministry on our student staff. I also help plan events and logistics, things like that. If you ever want to volunteer, if you're an adult in the room and ever want to volunteer for an event that we have, get in touch with me, and we'll put you to work. And then if you have a daughter in the room or you are a female student, I'd love to get to know you, get you connected, see what we can do to plug you into a life group or just a group of girls to make this place feel more like home.
Hey, my name is Micah Priest. I am basically Eli's right-hand man. I am the high school intern. I've been here for just under a year, about 3 weeks or so away from being here for a year, and it's been amazing. It's been incredible. And so I help out with all high school ministry, mainly in the boys spectrum with Bible studies and life groups and being on campus with sports teams. I'm your guy for that, so I've enjoyed every bit of it. Again, if you're in high school, just like Eli said, come and find me after this. I'd love to get to know you.
I'm Savannah. I actually grew up coming to Radiate, and I think I've been working here almost 3 years. I am the middle school girls intern. I lead the middle school girls Bible study, and I'm also with the 7th grade girls on Sunday morning. And I just love to hang out with them and help Katie plan the girls' events and just be with them when I can.
My name's Seth Bundy. I'm the middle school guys intern here. I run in the lane of all things middle school guys, obviously, from Bible studies to monthly events, and I also teach 6th grade life group, and I've been here about 6 months now, I guess. I've been here since the summer.
My name is Stephen Amison. I run in the lane of all things outreach, creating call lists, working on our host team. A lot of them were out there this evening greeting y'all. Can y'all just give them a round of applause? They do a great job. They just do an outstanding job for our Sunday mornings, Wednesday nights, and for our special events that we have here. I also teach in the middle school. I'm in the 7th grade guys class, and I've been here as well for about 3 years.
Hey everybody, my name is Xander Berger. I am All Things College. So if you have any questions or queries about where your senior is going to be going off to college, or if you are a college student and you're here, come find me and let's get to know each other.
So this is Radiate, man. This is our team, and this is who we are. We want you to understand. We want you to be a part of what we do. I'll dismiss these guys that they're, but otherwise they're going to stand behind me awkwardly going, what do we do? Some of these guys love being up here, and then some of them you can kind of tell they're just like, I don't want to step up there. But we did want to make sure that you knew just a little bit about who we are and what our team is made up of, who we're made up. Many of these actually have been super active in our student ministry all the way back from the beginning of when I first came on 13 years ago, all the way, and have been trained up and raised in this ministry. So it's neat to see how God has developed students that are in this ministry, Radiate, and that God has led those students to now be able to serve and to be a part of that. And what a blessing it is to see this team continue to mold and to grow just through this opportunity. But we also want to make sure that you know a little bit about not only who we are, but some of the things that we do here in the life of student ministry. Like I said, with the vision being that we want to make sure that people, that the students know the gospel truth, and we understand that we want to be living life together. And so we understand that in order for us to live life together, that there's these things that we do call life groups. Now, life groups are a big part of our discipleship model here at Burn Hickory. It is a pillar in our ministry. It is a foundational ministry tool that we use here. And it is literally a way that we live life together, that we grow together, that we learn and know what it means to live out our faith on a weekly basis. Now, here at Burn Hickory, we meet at 9:30 for students upstairs in our Radiate Life Group rooms. They've been spread out. They've been kind of made to be able to really hold space. We do a master teacher time in there, and then we break off into small groups because we understand that when we get those chances to be at table groups, those table groups allow us just to kind of go to that next level of being able to apply what we've been just taught or what we've been challenged with and where we've grown in our faith. And so life groups are an extremely important part of who we are. It is a big part of the foundation of this church, but also a huge part of the foundation of our student ministry. And so I want to encourage you that if you're not a part of a life group, that you want to get involved in one of those life groups. In middle school, they are gender-specific and grade-specific. In high school, they are age-specific, and they all meet at 9:30. They start at 9:30. So I want to make sure you understand the timing start. And like I said, this is a time that, man, we're living life together, growing together. Another big pillar of one of the things that we do is our Radiate Live ministry. Hey, during this whole time, we've had a chance to continue to gather safely and to worship together on Wednesday nights. We get the chance to gather and to just spend time in the Word, making sure that we're spending time in the Word in such a way that we can apply it as a student, that we understand what maybe we're dealing with as a student in different areas of our life. And so Wednesday nights are also another big pillar of our student ministry here. It is a time that we have from 6 to about 7:05 where middle school gathers together to worship in a middle school worship experience and environment. And then high school comes in right behind that at 7:15 and goes to about 8:30 and has the opportunity once again to worship together, to gather together, and to divide the Word, to dig into the Word together. And so I want to encourage you that if you're not a part of one of that opportunity of worship, that you also would join us on Wednesday nights. We're starting those back this coming Wednesday night. It's going to be an amazing time that we're going to actually meet together. This is our kind of our kickoff for the new year. But so we decided that we're going to kind of gather together for the first one from 6:30 to 8. We're going to start out in this room here, that we're the main worship space, because it's plenty big enough for us to spread out. It's going to be an amazing worship opportunity. Our Burn Hickory worship band is going to be leading us that night. And so we've got kind of a whole church effort to come behind this and to worship together, to gather together for our first kickoff back of the new year in 2021 of Radiate Live. So I want to encourage you to come and join us. We're going to have some cool times afterwards as well, starting this Wednesday night. But another area of ministry that you probably heard some of our team talk about was the small group Bible studies. We love to gather together and worship. We love doing life together with people on Sunday morning, but we also think that sometimes it's important to go just even one more level. And so we have these small group environment opportunities. All these are hosted in a church member's home. They're church members in the church that have opened up their homes to say, hey, we would love to have the guys of high schoolers come and be a part of just digging in the Word. We would love to have the girls of high school digging in the Word. We would love to have that throughout middle school as well. And so we have 4 different small groups that meet. On Sunday, we have our girls' Bible study that meets actually at my house that Savannah leads. And so she leads out on that. It's a phenomenal time of gathering of middle school girls just to spend time in the Word. And then there's a guys' Bible study that actually is hosted at the Maycomer's home where Seth kind of takes lead on that one and leads those guys. I want to encourage you to be a part of those. And then coming on Monday for high school, we have the opportunity as well where the girls get to go to Pastor Matt's house and just kind of go in that house and go throughout and have an amazing time of Bible study as well, where Katie is leading that for us. And then we have our guys that meet over at the Kiesler's house, and Eli and Micah, as you heard, lead that and get a chance just to dig into the Word. Those are important times just to take that next level of discipleship. Just to take that next level of wanting to dig a little deeper, to ask those questions that maybe you don't get to ask on a Wednesday night, or that maybe you're just not sure about asking in other environments, and that gives you that environment. So small groups are an important thing that we do. It's a part of that vision of knowing, but also a part of that vision of learning to live the gospel truth. But then, like I said, our vision is also to share the gospel. And so therefore, one of the key things that we do here is a thing that was created many years ago before I even took over the role of student pastor, as called Radiate Go. And this is our opportunity to continue to do missions in the community, to continue to share the gospel truth. Hey guys, we gather and we go and we worship together as a place to celebrate and to grow, but we have to take the gospel into this community. And so we want you to understand that I am serving when I am a part of this Radiate Go. Hey, this morning we had the opportunity to actually hear what it means to be one that's willing to serve. We're called to serve. And so Radiate Go is one of our pillars of our ministry of truly going, serving in our community. You're going to see some of those popping up throughout the year. You're going to see some of those announced on Sunday mornings in life groups. They're going to be all over our social media pages as well to make sure that you kind of know what's going on and ways that you can serve as a student so that you can take the gospel. We also know that it doesn't always have to be, Radiate Go doesn't always have to be an event. But at the same time, we're encouraging you also to always be serving when you're on your campus, when you're in your neighborhood, when you're at a ball field, wherever you're at, you're also still going with the gospel truth. Another major thing that we want to make sure you understand, because in student ministry, a lot of times we focus directly on students. That is an important part of what we do. We're here to help lead students to understand who Christ is. But at the same time, we know that one of our roles is also to come alongside parents and to provide resources for parents. To provide things for you as a parent, because we know that you are the number one leader in the life of your child. When they graduate from high school, guess what? You still have them. We hope that we continue those relationships. We hope to continue to have those opportunities. When they head off to college or they finish college and they step into a career, guess what? They're gonna be always with you. And so we want to continue to provide resources for you as well. And so we have an entire parent resource page that has been developed, that tons of time has been put into to provide resources for you as a parent. That you go, hey, I got questions. I don't really know how to talk to my kid about this. Or, hey, I'm kind of dealing with this. On that parent resource page, it has multiple links, resources, opportunities that will be provided for you so that you may grow as the spiritual leader for your child, so that you may continue to feed and disciple your child, and that we can just come alongside you in helping you and being a part of what you are already doing. Hey, those are some major pillars in what we do here in Radiate. They're important. Each one of those has an element that is extremely important, but understanding that that we are shepherding, that we are serving, that we are connecting, that we are worshiping, and that we are living. But in all of those, we understand that God is first, and He is the one that's leading us to that. But there's also some other ways that we continue to do ministry here. One of those, is missions. And so I'm going to invite actually Katie to come up, because this is a big one that some of you guys are asking about and some of you want to know about. There's this big thing that we do every year. You can grab a mic here. That we do every year called Run for the Sun. And I'm going to allow Katie just to kind of talk about what Run for the Sun is, what it looks like this year, and just all the elements of it.
Thank you. So I get to talk about Run for the Sun. I don't know if you guys realize this, but Run for the Sun is a 20-year-old tradition at Burnt Hickory Baptist Church, which I think is so cool to become a part of something like a legacy like that. But it's a certified road race. We have a 1 mile, a 5K, and a 10K. And as you guys know, it is a major, major, major fundraiser for our student mission. So I want to talk about a couple of updates that are new this year. First of all, we have a virtual option. We're really excited to be able to offer this, but there is also the in-person option. That's why we're calling it a hybrid race. So you can come and race on our campus, be a part of the road race, or you can sign up and do it virtually, which is a really cool update. This year, we're also going to have a new change, is a bag pickup on Friday. So we're excited to be able to allow that pretty much from 2 to 7 on Friday. If you're a runner, you can come pick up your t-shirt, your bib. That way, on the morning of the race, that kind of cuts down on the traffic flow, things like that, the crowds. So I want to talk about specifically the I am preparing aspect of that. The I am preparing, which is you are preparing by raising money towards missions. And so what we require of you and ask of you, in order to get a piece of the pie for that fundraising money, you are required to do a couple of things to basically buy into that opportunity to say, hey, I'm fundraising, I want to go, and you're going to be asked to do some specific things to meet those requirements. So if you actually look on your digital guide, there's a button under the Run for the Sun section, and it has fundraising info. So it has all the information that I'm telling you right now. But you're going to be asked to work the event, whether that's working on the Friday bag pickup, whether that's working on Saturday. You can come and be a part of helping mail out the medals and t-shirts of the virtual runners, and that happens on the Thursday after the race. Or worst case scenario, if you can't make any of those, you can come and do some office hours. There's always things to do around the office. Also, we're going to ask that you get 10 sponsors. So let me clarify what that means. You need to find 10 people. One of them is yourself, so really 9 people. We're giving you a freebie. And you are going to ask those people to sign up for Run for the Sun. No, they do not have to be runners. That's why we have the option of phantom running. So someone can run in person, they can run virtually, or if they're like, I live in Wisconsin and I'm not a runner, but I want to support the cause and I want a t-shirt, that's what the phantom runner option is. So you ask that person to sign up for the race and basically put your name down that you're sponsoring, that they're sponsoring you. So that is a huge aspect of the I am preparing, is that we have student fundraising requirements. So if you hear us talking about fundraising and sponsors and things like that, that's all that means. And again, that button, the fundraiser info button on your digital guide, is going to be a huge resource for you guys, especially as we kind of roll out some other things this year. So Chip is now going to talk about what's after Run for the Sun. We're very excited about.
Absolutely. So as Katie did a marvelous job talking through some of that. If you have questions, there will be a TV in the back a little bit later for you to ask questions about that. If you guys are online as well, we're going to stick around a few minutes after this live stream as well to make sure we answer questions for you as well tonight. Hey, we are excited, though, to let you know that this year we've been trying to work through DNOW 2021. Okay, we're excited about DNOW 2021. We're looking forward to what it is going to look. I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, DNOW 2021 is going to look, it is going to smell, it's going to be at that level of excitement. It is going to have that same element of worship. It is going to have all those elements of DNOW that you've ever experienced before. There is, however, one thing that we are going to make a change this year, and we're not going to be doing the host home experience. However, we are elevating a lot of those other experiences that are taking place that weekend. There's a lot of neat things that we're adding to the schedule. There's a lot of those different elements that we're adding, the worship elements, the way that we're going to be gathering with small groups, the way that we're going to be gathering in our community to make sure that you still have that D-Now experience so that you can still be discipled, so that you may continue to grow. But we also understand that where we're at in this season of our life, that there are things that do have to just kind of be changed a little bit, but at the same time can also be elevated in other areas. And so we're looking forward to knowing that D-Now 2021 is going to be an amazing opportunity. Now, the theme of D-Now 2021 is I am called. It is the understanding that I, as an individual, am called, that God has called me in my faith. And so we're going to be walking through what that means. We're excited about the one that is coming to lead us, our communicator for the week. We're excited about the bands. We want to give you everything about it because we want that excitement to continue to happen. And we want to go ahead and tell you right now that it is going to be the D-Now that you're going to look back and go, okay, I wasn't sure, but it was amazing. It's an opportunity for you as well to invite people to come and be a part of you, to be discipled with you, to walk with you, to celebrate with you, to understand the calling that maybe God is placing on their life as well. And so I wanted to make sure that you knew that in 2021, right now, we have been dreaming, we've been planning, we've been scheduling, we've been setting up and preparing for D-Now 2021 to happen this year on this campus. We are going to worship in this room. And it is going to be just an extremely elevated and exciting moment for you to make sure you be a part of. Okay, so I know a lot of people are asking, are we going to do it? Yes, we are doing D-Now 2021 as of right now, okay? I'm going to ask Eli to come up. Eli's got some other things that he wants to share with you, some new things that are coming up as well, some things that, hello? Some things that I think I put my hand over the little thing at the bottom. Some things that are changing a little bit, but at the same time, not necessarily changing, but actually getting better. Some things that we're offering. So there you go.
If you think D-Now, right, real quick, you think of like confetti cannons. So I've already planted a division with Chip. Like we're going to have this whole row right here, and we're just going to blow confetti everywhere. It's going to be great. So you want to check out D-Now. I'm just playing. Costs a lot of money. But hey, real quick, I want to talk about Lovely. Lovely's coming up really, really soon. You're like, hey, why is the high school guy up here talking about a girls event? Why? Because it's amazing. Every single year, I hear great things of how God works through it, but also we listen to you. So not only do we have a Lovely this year, but we have a opposite event called Manly. So boys, Jack especially, if you don't show up, because I've been hearing it from you for the last 3 years of why don't we do a Manly event, well, here's your opportunity, Jack. So hey, we're really excited about this. I've been planting this vision with Chip, and we've been talking about it a lot. And I think this is something that's needed. Coming from a broken home myself, and I know the important role of being a godly man in the household, this is something that we want to implement with the girls as well, to just take a day to talk about what that looks like in our life. And so if you look on here, there's 2 separate days. There's a Friday and a Saturday on there. Friday night will be for the boys, and then Saturday will be for the girls. I know we kind of switched that up. There's a common saying, but we flip-flopped it, okay? So Saturday is for the girls. Here we go. And so this is something that is brand new that we've never done before. Dudes, we're looking really forward to this, super excited about it. We got some really cool elements that may be doodly, but not really. So come check us out. But I'm really, really excited about this event as well. Something that we are going to roll into this year that I am so ecstatic about, because we've done this thing in the years past, is we are middle school and high school, we're going to hit up beach camp this year like we never have before. Here's why I'm super excited. This is something we've never taken middle school and high school together. Now, I just had a little girl myself. So parents, stay with me real quick. I know you're sitting in your seat going, look, I don't want my middle schooler around a high schooler. That's okay. We don't either, quite frankly. And so this is going to be all together, but completely separate, right? We've done this really, really well over the years at our fall retreats where we go together, but it looks completely opposite. We have complete different schedules for middle school, completely different schedules for high school. We have completely different chaperones for middle school, completely different chaperones for high school. The only difference this year is we're going down together and we're coming back. We may stay at the same place, but they will very, very rarely, hopefully, cross past? Not much. And so that's our hope and that's our goal. And let me plant a little vision, because a lot of people ask why we do a beach camp. Matter of fact, we're actually going to go on the week that Ed Newton is going down with his church. Ed's a dear friend of ours here at Burnt Hickory. His teaching's amazing. The first year that we went down there, Ed actually spoke, and we had kid after kid be called into the ministry. We saw salvations. Matter of fact, Jameson Kiesler's online right now. He's one of those students that actually came out and said, hey, you know what? I feel like God's calling me to ministry through this camp. We've seen some very impactful things that God has done through this camp. This isn't just a beach camp. Like I just want to plant that vision with you parents here tonight that you hear, oh, they're just going to go down, have a blast at beach camp. Yes, absolutely. But also, God does some amazing things. And for students, it's a great opportunity during the summer for you guys to invite friends. What better way during the summer to share the gospel with a friend? We go, hey, we're going to go to beach camp, and we're going to talk about this guy named Jesus all week long. And so we want you to know that. We mentioned D-Now a little bit ago. So D-Now weekend, we're going to open up registration early this year for beach camp and so on and so forth. Another thing I want to say about that is we are going to follow all guidelines to CDC. We're watching it really closely. We're looking at it. We know that there are some balancing acts there that we have to do. And so we're taking notes of all that. This isn't going to be a free-for-all. This isn't going to be something that we just completely go hands off or going for it. We are going to be safe during this time. And there are going to be parameters, there are going to be guidelines. Unless, praise the Lord, things open and Corona just disappears, which we're all praying for, right? So I want you to know that we are going to be safe. We are going to take protocols. We are going to do some things a little bit different than just a complete, utter free-for-all. So I don't want you to hear that from us, but we are going to go this summer, and we are ecstatic because this is something I think could be bigger and better than we've ever seen. And, man, we're praying for God to do something really special that night. And so, with that being said, the registration for that will open. There is two different prices. There's an early bird price and there's a late bird price. That's all in there. You can see that in your guide. You can start signing up for that when D-Now weekend starts. And so look forward to that. Get your kids signed up really, really fast. It also kind of helps us just to kind of prepare for the future. So please do that for us as well. The next thing I want to talk about, something that's really special, near to my heart, Senior Sunday. I know all of you guys are here. It is something that we do every single year. Yes, we did it in the middle of a pandemic last year, and we pulled it off well. And so we want to celebrate your student well. So if you're a senior in the room, May 2nd, it normally doesn't land on that date, but this year it's May 2nd. It's a little inside joke because I used to think it always landed on May 6th, so sorry about that. But it's actually May 2nd this year. We're looking forward to it. Hey, you guys that are already there, we're going to get you some information. There's a couple of scholarship opportunities for that day as well. It's also just a day that we get to celebrate you in service. Last year, something that I love that we got to do, we didn't just celebrate them, march them up here, but they were actually a part of our service. They led us in worship. There were some video elements. They got to share their testimony. So we want that to continue to take place. We want our students to lead out well in this church, and that's just a day for you guys to do that. And I know this year looks a little different. I know we talk a lot about leadership and where we are, especially as seniors. And that's a day especially that, man, we want to not only recognize you and celebrate you, but we want you to lead out. And we're going to give you that opportunity. And that night, that Sunday night, we also bring them back. We do a celebration for them, over them, with their family, as well as just a nice kind of send-off moment from Radiate to us as a celebration to where you guys are going off into college and representing Jesus well in your college. So be sure that all of your life group teacher, Maria's in there now, praise the Lord. So she will give you all that information as time gets a little bit closer. But we want to put you on your radar because, trust me, we hear it every year. We know all of your graduation parties are literally on the same 2 days. So we wanted to go ahead and get that on your calendar so that you know and you can plan that ahead of time. So if you're a senior in the room, don't worry. We got your back. I'm already hearing it this year. But we're seniors. We don't get no. We're going to celebrate you well, and I promise you that. We did it last year. We're going to do it again this year. So with that being said, we want to announce some other things that we're going to be doing this summer.
As well, yeah. For some reason, Eli believes that May 6th is always a Sunday.
It's
always a Sunday. I'm not really sure why. That's been an argument for years.
It's always a Sunday.
That we've argued
just
for
not this year.
The last 4 years at least. that May 6th is a Sunday, which it's not. At the same time, I did want to reiterate something that was really kind of about beach camp. That date as well, if you look at that date, you're going to see later on that those dates being the same. This is for the parents in the room, okay, just so you know, or even the ones online. Children's camp's going to be falling about the same time as well, that same week. So guess what? You could be empty nesters for the week. For some of you parents, you're like, I'm getting rid of all of them. This is awesome for that week, for all your kids to go and be discipled. But at the same time, we are going to need some volunteers for those for you that would like to serve, to be a part of that. You can check out one of our TVs tonight as well to make sure that you're able to volunteer. For all of these events that we have coming up, the only way we can make this happen, the only way that we can do this is, like I said, we need you to help serve with us and be a part of what we're doing. Now, I know that every year you guys come with these expectations of wanting to know, hey, what have I been raising money for? What have I been doing things for the past couple of years? What have I had kind of been preparing myself for? We talk about missions. We talk about the fact that we need you to know that, hey, we want to share the gospel. We're going to have these Radiate Go moments. We're going to have these moments. We're going to celebrate you as well. And we've prayed and we have prayed from the beginning of this whole pandemic back in March. Eli and I started praying. We started praying with the leadership of our church. And we have prayed all the way through to this moment, even as of today, just so you guys know, praying about, hey, what is it that, God, that you're calling us to do in 2021 when it comes to summer missions? And we want to let you know that this summer we've looked at everything that we possibly could. We have studied, we have researched, we have been on our face praying, and we believe with all our heart that God has told us, and even from the leadership of our church, praying with them as well, that God has told us as a unified group that we're not going to travel 100 students this summer internationally. That we can't. We can't do that this summer. We've decided instead of trying so hard to do something that maybe God's not opening that door for yet, and to trying to kind of put it in there and make it happen because we want it to happen so bad. We want to see it happen. We want to travel kids internationally. We want to take hundreds of kids and have that truly exciting, amazing moment that we have tried and tried and tried, but we've come to the conclusion that God just hasn't opened that door for us in 2021. And so we've decided at this point in time that we're going to step back from that and quit trying to push something into God's hands and allow God just to place something back in our hands and to allow him once again to be first. That's the reason we came up with the vision that we had this year, that God, we need you to be first. And as much as we in ourselves want to say, we're going to hear that we're doing this summer, no matter what, we're going to do it. We're coming right now just saying, hey, we're still going to provide some mission opportunities for you throughout the year. God is still the God that is going to be with us, that is going to lead us. But in 2021, we do not have plans to travel our normal mission 100+ students internationally. But we do have some things that Eli wants to share with you that we're dreaming towards. So go for that.
Yeah, we do. Hey, real quick, just on top of that, I want you to hear from my heart. I mean, Chip did a great job with it. We have spent just countless hours praying, seeking guidance, looking, and just trying to figure it out. And it hurts us probably more than it hurts you. I mean, just being honest, it's something that we look forward to almost every other year of doing this. And we aren't going this year. But one thing that we are pretty confident in is that we can provide a mission opportunity for seniors. I know you guys have been, for the last 4 years, super faithful to Burnt Hickory and for our Radiate students. We know that you have done now 2, possibly 3, no, I'm sorry, that's more than that, like 5 or 6 Run for the Sons. You've done the barbecues and you've done the auctions. And so from here on forward, we are looking at doing a mission trip opportunity for seniors. Now, I'm not going to come out and say where that's at because we have a couple different options that we don't know and that we're searching, that we're going through. But there is hope that we are going to do something without a doubt. There will be a trip for you guys. I want to go ahead and tentatively tell you that we are going to try to do that at the beginning of June. We want to start it off with a bang. We want this summer to come out rolling strong for you guys. And so we're looking at tentative dates for you guys to go ahead right out of school, right into a mission trip. Whatever that looks like, that we're praying towards, that we're searching with ministry partners right now, we're going to come out the gates hot with you guys. And so if you're a senior in the room, man, we're really looking forward to that. And know that your mission trip money will also go to that. So if you fundraised in the past, that money will go to offset the cost of that trip for you, because we want to be faithful to you, because you guys have been so faithful to us. We pray, and here we feel comfortable that we can pull off a smaller mission trip. I know a lot of people in the room have never been on a mission trip with 100+ people, but it's an absolute beast. It's a machine. There's a lot that has to happen. And that can't happen this summer, but we are so confident that we can pull off something for you seniors this year, because you guys have been super faithful to us, and we know that God's got something really special. And so we're going to do that. We're going to pull that off this summer. We're really excited. I'm praying. I'm talking to multiple ministry partners. Just got an email like last night from one, and for some opportunities. So there is hope out there. We want to give that to you. Looking forward to your senior year, because we know we want to leave you guys out here strong in Radiate Student Ministry.
But hey, for the rest of you guys, 2022, hey, we are dreaming towards that. You're going to get that opportunity. We still need you to continue to fundraise. We need you to continue to do what it takes to be able to step out into that ministry opportunity as well in 2022, for you to travel with us and doing missions with us as well. That's going to be our big year again that we're dreaming towards, that we're driving towards right now. But like Eli said, for the seniors this year, we've got something big that we're dreaming for you, that we're planning towards, because we know that God is in control of this.
That's right.
And that is why we understand that God is going to give us that opportunity. We prayerfully hope to launch us into an opportunity to do this. Hey, we want to thank you for being with us tonight. We hope that you got a lot of information tonight. We hope that you kind of know a little bit more about who we are. We hope that you are excited about some of the things that are coming up this summer. We hope that you have had a chance to go, hey, that's kind of new. That's different. I'm looking forward to that moment. Make sure that you keep that digital guide right there with you of State of Radiate. You want to hang on to that so that you can continue to go back to that. If you have questions tonight, we're going to be around at the tables tonight. I keep saying tables, TVs, sorry. We're going to be around at the TVs. Each one of the TVs are going to have a logo on those to talk more with you about, hey, how you can volunteer. What's going on for me to go ahead and sign up right now for Run for the Sun? What is it that I need to do in order to go ahead and get all the details for beach camp that's coming up this summer, okay? Or for D Now, or for whatever thing that we've kind of talked through. So please come join us in the back of the room. And before you head out, come find one of us, ask us some questions, but those questions will be answered as well at the TVs. If you're online with us, like I said, we're going to stick around for another 5 minutes online with you guys, answer a couple of questions. But if you have questions outside of that 5 minutes for you guys that are online, you can also email us, and we'll make sure that we respond back to you with the answers as best as we can. We want to make sure that you kind of know what's going on as well. But thank you guys for being with us tonight. Thank you for joining us, for celebrating, worshiping with us in this moment tonight, giving us the opportunity just to tell you a little bit about the life of Radiate. Hey, you guys have a great night. See you later. you.